Six years ago, Intel had the crazy idea to make a computer that fits in the palm of your hand. It's had an incredible impact on how small computers are built over the years. It all happened right here in Intel's Hawthorne Farms campus in Hillsboro, Oregon. We're going to go inside, take a look at the lab, and see where NUC is going next. The NUC's name, which stands for Next Unit of Computing, doesn't imply anything about size, but miniaturization was the point from the start. Intel had conquered the desktop. The next challenge was figuring out how to put desktops where they usually couldn't go.
There was this notion that, wouldn't it be wonderful if we could build something that was really small, but also kind of where we wanted computing to go instead of where it had been. At that time, the first Apple TV was coming out, so you can imagine this very small little box there.
Deciding on the original size required compromise, however. The engineers said it could only go so small. Marketing wanted it to be impossibly tiny. Eventually, the two settled on the first NUC, a piece of foam about 1.5 inches thick and 4 inches across.
The very first NUC, that's where kind of internally pitching, this is the size we think we can make it. This is
the original. The first one we had was bigger, and marketing said no, it needs to be smaller.
From the beginning, the NUC's creators foresaw how the new PC's tiny size would let businesses put it where they hadn't previously thought a PC would ever work.
What we find is as the technology lets you get smaller, it lets computing get places where maybe it wasn't able to get before. And so the NUC wasn't just a desktop replacement. Yes, it's done a good job replacing desktops where you don't want clutter or you want a little bit of energy savings, but it's also allowed computing to go to all sorts of places that it hasn't been able to go before.
Intel's business customers were intrigued, and they weren't alone. PC hardware nerds were also very curious. At first, it was because of the small computer's novelty, but interest grew as the processor's improvements made faster, feature-filled NUCs possible.
What happened over time is we were able to push the envelope as technology let us do it. And so what we were getting was more and more powerful processors and more shrinkage of the technology to where you could put a lot of things on the NUC. The first generation of NUC didn't have a lot of features on it. And then you get future generations of NUC that are smaller with more features.
That evolution eventually brought powerful Core i7 models and Skull Canyon, the first NUC built for gaming. Powered by Intel Iris graphics and handled most games at mostly modest detail settings.
This is the vapor chamber. Obviously, here's the Kaby Lake G CPU.
Now, Intel plans to take performance to a new level with Hades Canyon, which combines Intel processors with AMD Radeon Vega graphics.
Skull Canyon was pretty cool, very popular with our customers. It pushed the envelope, and then we said, you know what, we're going to push it some more. And so then we've come out with our newest product that were just announced at CES a couple months ago called Hades Canyon. We're putting a 100-watt processor in a 1.2-liter form factor. Even 6 years ago when we started on this journey, our engineers would have never dreamed about doing that. Now with Hades Canyon, we got a gaming machine that can deliver premium VR content experience and play pretty much any AAA game, just like a bigger system could.
Hades Canyon could be a revelation for gamers who want a small PC to use in a home theater. Tiny gaming rigs have existed before, but none have squeezed so much power into so small a box.
Well, small is always challenging. There's a lot of more factors, and when you have more space, things are a lot easier. Heat is one of the biggest issues that we always have to solve when we're trying to push it smaller. It just increases the thermal density, which is much more difficult to try to cool.
To cool Hades Canyon, Intel has switched to a vapor chamber design, a first for the NUC. Also found in cutting-edge laptops like the Razer Blade Pro, it's essentially a small-scaled liquid cooling setup.
The thermal solution actually cools the power delivery and the CPU and GPU. You can see the two very large blowers, much bigger than anything we've used in a NUC before.
But while the cooling solution is more extreme, the hardware crammed in is still upgradable by the user. That's an important point and why enthusiasts have supported NUC from the start. The processor can't be changed, but the RAM and hard drive can be customized. It's the benefits of a big PC in a small case.
On the consumer side, it's DIY. Typically, the person who's DIY has something in mind. I want the hard drive or the SSD or the memory or the Wi-Fi to be a certain way.
Hades Canyon gives gamers a new option, but it's hardly the end of NUC's journey. Intel's continued partnership with AMD will no doubt mean even more gamer-friendly NUCs in a variety of sizes.